Presented by Keegan Delivers.
Yes, can I place an order for pickup, please? Yes, 2 hot dogs, an order of fries, and 2 sodas, please. That's going to be picked up by Keegan Delivers. Yes, sir, thank you. Bye-bye. Hot and fast, my
I
friend.
had to wrap it.
So this fantasy hockey league I was in was the biggest fucking scam I've ever been in. It's such a fucking joke. I was just like, go fuck yourself. So I've always been in Yahoo. Seriously, I am a Yahoo. And I was always in Yahoo fantasy hockey league. There's never any money. It was just bragging rights. At one time I was in like 3 leagues. I had fun. It really is a second time job. Whatever. So, COVID happens, all that bullshit. I fell out with some people. I don't want to do it. I stayed with this Coyotes from people from Arizona group, and that was on Yahoo. And then this guy I worked with, he was like, "Hey, you know hockey. You're Mr. Hockey. Join my ESPN Fantasy League." Okay, sure. I joined. And they do a random draft who's going to get number 1, and I got number 1 that year. This is like 2 years ago, and it was McDavid. I took McDavid overall, and they all gave me shit. "Hey, fuck you, you're gonna win it." And I sucked. I had some good people, and I don't know what happened, but I sucked, and I was like, okay. And there was just $100 entry fee. So I was like, okay, fine. Hey, around Christmas, after Christmas, here's my $100. All right, fuck you. I'm already out of it. See ya. Do you want to play next year? Okay, a shot. Oh, we're gonna up the stakes. We're gonna go to, I think, 125, 150. And I was like, okay, sure. And one of my buddies that I worked with in another office, he decided to join, and I was like, okay, sure. And he didn't give a shit because he was already in like 3 leagues, and he was doing fantasy football as well. So his money was spread around, and he didn't set his lineup all the time. So I was like, dude, you gotta set your lineup, whatever, fine. So I wasn't a big fan of ESPN. I liked Yahoo, whatever. So I don't know how ESPN has their rules, whatever, fine. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but I remember I took Jack Hughes because one of the guys I worked with, he was like, "Yeah, no, we got to get back at this other guy who's a big Devils fan." He's like, "Take Hughes," just to piss him off. So I did that, and I was like, ah. And for the most part, like the first like 3-4 weeks, I was like on top. I was like, "Wow, I'm really in this." Like, I did some good drafting. I mean, let me look at the roster real quickly. I had Connor Bedard, Sidney Crosby, Sam Reinhart, Jonathan, I'm going to butcher these names, Marchessault, Brandon Hagel, Trevor Zegras, Quentin Byfield, Tyler Bertuzzi wasn't that good that year. Taylor Hall, Mason McTavish, hurt. Evan Rodriguez, Sean Courier, Noah Hanfin, Seth Jones, Brent Burns, Cole Cufford, Alexis Lafreniere, the fucking first overall with New York. The first, I don't even know how to say his name. I think, is he Russian or Czech? He's from he was the first overall for the Canadians. Slava Vosky. I had Patrick Letane, Pavel Hall, and I had Colin Hollaback and Sergei Bavosky. Yet I finished 5-15-0, fourth of 4 in the East. I'm like, what? I got a fucking stack. So I had a better roster in ESPN than I did in fucking Yahoo. I think my best player in Yahoo hockey was Nick Suzuki. I made it to the fucking finals. I was second, and I still lost, but there was no money on the line. This league I was in was money on the line. 125, I think it was $150. I offered to pay near Christmas time, after Christmas time, when I had some money, right? And I was like, okay, hey, I'm ready to pay. And they're like, no, hold on. Nobody's paying just yet. That's when I was like, okay, so something's going on. So here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. We're 100% honest. No trades allowed. Fine, whatever. These guys get burned with fantasy hockey. I mean, fantasy football, whatever. They're fucking bozos. So one of the guys that came in second, his son plays for the ECHL. Never played fantasy hockey before. He won it the year before. He came in, I think, second place this year. How? He had nobody on his team. Okay, fine. The other guy, mediocre, but he was friends with the person running it. Okay. So my buddy that was in it, he never set up his lineup, like I said. And all of a sudden, he started setting up his lineup and he was winning each week. He's like, oh, I'm looking good. And then out of nowhere, it was just like, he dropped. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of knew it was kind of bullshit when I'm up like 80 points on a Saturday afternoon and there's like 4 games on a Sunday. And all of a sudden, I lose by like 120 points. I'm like, whoa, how does that happen? So I don't know the bullshit details to it, but I'm starting to think like they just fucking, the manager just was like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with these guys. Fuck these guys. And it's kind of like a who's thing. Like, well, I'm friends with this guy. I've never met the person, but who ran the league. But I was like, this is kind of bullshit. So maybe, I don't know how many weeks it was in, but towards the end of the year, I was like, this is bullshit. It's fucking rigged. I called them out, and I did that in the message board on the ESPN app, and nobody said anything to me. The guy that I worked with was like, oh, why are you gonna say that? What's your problem? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and he kind of looked at me like, you're right, but he didn't want to admit to it. But what a fucking scam. And the guy that won is actually a nice guy I work with. And I feel bad because I'm like, oh, maybe I should just throw him, $100, 125, $150, whatever. But I'm like, no, I gotta stand my ground. These guys are fucking con artists. They manipulated. Can't even say it right. Like, they fucked around. They know what they were doing. Like, it was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna make sure he wins. I'm gonna make sure he wins because it was 3 winners. I think it was 300, 200, and then like 100. And I was pissed. I was like, no, fuck you. So a guy that never played fucking fantasy hockey is gonna win it the year before and then come in like second. I'm like, because his fucking son plays in the fucking ECHL. and he was just a call up a couple of times in the AHL, like, made to the show, but still better than me. I get that, but I'm just like, well, what the fuck? You've never played before. I'm still calling bullshit. So my little brother told me something really funny. He played fantasy football, and he said this one year, I guess fantasy football. I don't play fantasy football. Fuck do I know? But there's money on the line. I guess a field goal only cost 1 point. So he tied it in that week with 1 point. But then he went in as the man because he was the manager. He changed it to, a field goal cost 2 points. And I was like, oh, you fucking asshole, right? So now this guy is walking away with, I won that week. Yeah, no. Such a fucking dickhead move to do. I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know if they did that because I know in Yahoo hockey, I believe if you're the manager, because I managed for 1 year, they lock the settings in. I don't know how it works in ESPN. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how it works. But and it's possible they just changed it after a couple of years, but I call bullshit. So my buddy who I invited into league and everything, he was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not playing next year. I'm in a league. I said, okay, that's fine. And he was like, we had to kick out 4 people. And I'm like, well, what do you mean kicked out 4 people? He goes, yeah, they were cheating. It was 3 sons and the father. They were all conspirators in the league to like fuck around. I don't know what they did. He didn't go into too many details. I don't know how you fuck around in fantasy. I'm just saying, if there's money on the line, you're gonna find a reason to fuck around. And that's why I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not doing it. Never paid the guy. Oh, I'm a cheapskate. I'm this. No, fuck you. One of the guys I worked with was like, oh, you have to pay up. Or we're going to take you downstairs and we're going to make you pay. Yeah, okay. Mr. fucking Sopranos over there. Go fuck yourself. I beat your ass. It's silly and it's stupid. I know this is an awful video. It's just, I had to broadcast. I had to talk about my Yahoo Fantasy. Excuse me, ESPN Fantasy League, which was a fucking bullshit. So, that's how I look at it. I look at it this way. I look at it as I'm never doing that again. And they never asked me for money. They never say anything to me. They don't really talk to me about hockey, these 2 guys. And I'm just like, yeah, you did something fucking shady. You know you did something fucking shady. And you don't want to confess to it. But at the same time, you're like, where's the money? No, fuck you. You can't be shady and then ask for money. I mean, of course you can, but they're not going to. Because I'm going to call out on it. I just don't understand how I had a shitty roster in Yahoo Fantasy and still made it to the fucking. I was the runner up. I know I don't have the fucking screen cap. I'm locked out of my account. But I was like, I screen capped the ESPN account before I got locked out because I got rid of my ESPN account with the ESPN Plus. I got rid of it and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna screen cap this real quick, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do I have a fucking stacked roster? I'm like, I'm winning fucking by 80 points, and then you beat me by 120. Like, how does that make fucking sense? But the guy that runs the league is buddy with certain people in the fantasy. It was only 8 people, so I mean, if it was just for like bragging rights, I wouldn't give a shit. But the fact that there was money in the line, I think that's where it kind of got a little tainted. And it's such a joke. It's unbelievable. And it's funny because the guy that I'm friends with at work, he was drafted number 1, and he took McDavid, and he's like, McDavid sucked. He didn't do anything for me. And I'm like, dude, that's the best player in hockey. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's just silly. It's just so dumb. It's just. But anyways, I figured I would share that story with you real quick. It's gross. So I learned my lesson not to do fantasy hockey anymore with people I work with, especially when there's money on the line. Facts. As always, Bailey Hero out. Cheers.